Hello there. Here's an idea to help you make more money doing the same work. Wouldn't that just be great? Hello there, my name is Peter Thompson. I'm the UK's most prolific information product creator, and over the last 30 years, I've been sharing my knowledge, experience, and expertise, particularly with people who are consultants, coaches, speakers, trainers, small business owners, accountants, to help them build for themselves businesses and lives of choice. And the reason I started doing this was I sold my own business some years ago and semi-retired for a little while, and then came back into business. And that's what I decided I wanted to do when I asked the question to myself, which was this: Peter, what do you love doing? What a great question to ask that is. Now, the way that I want to help you today is by sharing with you a tried and tested and proven method. This is no BS from Lectureland, a tried and tested and proven method by which you can do the same work and get paid an awful lot more money, which would be just fantastic, wouldn't it? So here it is. About 15 years ago, I was running an open seminar on product creation. It was basically how to write, create, and market informational products, starting with a book talking about audio programs, video programs, multimedia products, online, offline, all sorts of different things. And it was a 2-day course. It was a Saturday, Sunday. And on the Saturday evening, I was chatting to a friend of mine and a very successful businessman about the day. We just happened to touch base and we were having a chat about it. And he said to me a question, which was a real life changer. And he said, Peter, what are you going to be selling at the back of the room towards the end of the event? And I said, well, I hadn't really thought about it, which was crazy of me, of course, big mistake on my part. He said, well, I think you'll find that most people, having had the 2 days with you on product creation and marketing and sales and personal development, all the fun we were having on the 2 days, I think you'll find that a number of them will want to spend more time with you so you can give them more help in order to bring those dreams that they'll have started thinking to reality over a course of time. And I sat down and thought about it, having had another bits of conversation with him about what I could possibly offer. And I decided that what I would do, and this was the launch of it, I would offer a monthly mentoring group. We called it MMG, Monthly Mentoring Group. In order to test the marketplace, I thought I would have a play around with the figures and think about what I might be able to charge for that. And then I also thought, and this is a constant thought of mine for the last 40 plus years I've been in business, what would be my deluxe version as well? So with it was 25 people who were in the room. Yeah, it was 25 people in the room. With the 25 people in the room who paid a reasonable ticket price, this is, as I say, it was like 14, 15 years ago. I think they'd paid £2,000 a head. And so I knew they were serious people. And I said to them, what I was going to start was a monthly mentoring group, which I was aiming to charge £1,000 per member per month. And that I would be limiting it for this first group to 10 people, because I wanted to prove the process, even though I knew it worked for me and I'd seen it work for other of my private clients. I wanted to prove the process, so I would limit it to 10 people. And instead of it being £1,000 a month for the first group, I would limit it to only £500 per member per month. And I would be a deluxe version, which I call Take Me to Market, which was going to be £24,000, but for the first 3 only, and I was only going to do 3 again to prove this process to them, I would do it for half that again, £12,000. And these were real numbers. This was something I subsequently did with these numbers. And it was also what I wanted to test for myself. I think all but one of the 25 said they wanted to join. But of course, unfortunately, I put a stake in the ground and said there's only going to be 10 plus the 3 fast track, which I had. And I had the 10 and the 3 almost instantly, almost in the saying of it. So I had to disappoint a lot of people and throw away, so to speak, a chunk of profit as well, because I'd laid out the foundations of what I was going to do, and I couldn't go back on that. So no, I changed my mind because more people want to join. Now, I was able to help some of those later on in a different type of way. That was the start of a change in the way that we did some business, because rather than just running one mentoring group, having seen how acceptable the offer was to the marketplace, and to my potential clients and people who knew me, I decided I would run 2 a month. So obviously later I didn't limit it to 10, I limited it to 20. Now we didn't always get 20, but often we'd get 15, 16, 18. I think one of the groups we had 20, another group we had 19. And I did do them at £1,000, and I did do them sometimes at £500. And I did do the Take Me to Market, the fast track program, as we sometimes call it, at 2,000 and 2,500 a month, and sometimes 3,000. Did all sorts of variations as you naturally would. And over a 7-year period, I did 13 groups, 2 a month for 6 of the years, and 1 a month that first one. In addition to that, we also did a quarterly mentoring group for those who'd been through the yearly mentoring group. Actually, there was no reason for me to make it just a year now. I could have made it what our American colleagues call till forbid. It could have just kept on going until people wanted to drop off or not, which I've done subsequently with different things. But the whole point of telling you this story and the success and fun and some failures along the way that we had with it was this, is it's very easy to fall into the habit of sharing our knowledge, our experience, our expertise, our take on our specialized subject on a one-on-one basis. And yet sharing that knowledge, experience and expertise and take with a group of people, it takes a little bit, maybe fractionally more preparation, because you're probably going to give a presentation with Keynote or PowerPoint rather than sitting down on a one-to-one across the table or across a Zoom call. So there's a little bit more work, but not much. And okay, with a one-to-one session, you might deliver just an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. I often do 3-hour sessions with clients, maybe not a whole day with clients, but you get the gist. Rather than doing it one-to-one, and this was the whole point of this message, can you do it one-to-many? That's the reason, isn't it, that very often we write a book, create an audio program, create a video, create an online course, create a webinar and make it evergreen, is the fact that we can get paid more for the same thing. As my friend Jill Fielding once said to me, which I thought was a fantastic quote, she said, Peter, you become wealthy when you separate what you do with your time from what you do for your money. Now, I know that having a group of people and presenting to them is swapping time for money. Creating a book, an audio, a video, of course, isn't, because once you've done it, then you get paid, even though you're not doing it anymore. But nevertheless, doing one-to-many can really be a very profitable way of sharing our knowledge, experience, expertise, and take with other people. I wonder if that's an idea that you can take away and use in your business. Certainly worth some thoughts, I would think. If you'd like to get into conversation with this, by all means, then put a comment down in the box down there. If you'd like to contact me and have a conversation with me about this, if you perhaps wanted my help to launch that type of thing, then I'd be delighted to have that conversation. Contact me at success@peterthompson.com, success@peterthompson.com. And in the meantime, I wish you every success in all your adventures in life as you continue to have freedom from anything that may have held you back, and freedom to be, do, and have whatever you set your heart and mind upon. I always enjoy sharing these ideas with you. Looking forward to hearing from you. Bye for now. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos. Then click to watch the next video. Remember to visit our website at peterthompson.com and download your free copy of my latest book, How to Write Your Business Book in 5 days or less. Until next time, every success.